In other news now, the African National Congress has launched its online membership system. The party hoping that this system will bring in more voters ahead of the 2021 local elections. Some of the ANC's conferences have been overshadowed by corruption claims and membership fraud. But the party's Secretary General Ace Magashule says the new online system is incorruptible. Well, joining me from Pretoria via Skype for some analysis on this development is political analyst Professor Dek Kotse. Prof, good morning and thank you very much for your time. I guess one would say maybe it was about time the ANC used the digital solution to try and clean up its membership system, because even at the NASREC conference in December 2017, there were all kinds of claims about the credentials of some of the members who were there, or the delegates.
Yes, that is indeed so. And the ANC, through the Secretary General, actually announced it already in August 2018, that this system, it was launched late last year in October. But there were still obviously some matters outstanding. Some of the provinces like the Western Cape complained very much that they struggled to implement it, and therefore they couldn't sort of prepare for their regional conferences. The same is now at the moment the case with the regions, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, that they find that this system is not, they are not yet used enough to the system in order to implement it, and ask for to go back to the old system.
Yeah, I think
that is also one of the reasons why the National General Council possibly has been postponed a little bit.
Yeah, although the NGC is not an elective conference, I guess it's important for the ANC leadership to know that whoever is nominated to be a delegate there is indeed a legitimate member, and that his credentials or her credentials are intact.
Yes, that is the purpose of this. It is obviously to make the system in the end, or the process, easier, but it can also assist in the auditing of membership. It can also prevent the so-called gatekeeping of new members and excluding other members. And it is therefore, it can also assist with the statistics that exist per branch, and also how to determine that they can convene, that they have a quorum. So it will assist in many different aspects. And that is why the ANC is trying to implement it. And I think this is something which will be to their advantage and deal with a lot of the problems, especially during nomination periods for national or local elections. So it is very important for next year's local election also.
Yes, and I guess although we know the ANC is going to have an NGC this year, at the end of 2022, it will be its national conference. From now to then, as you said, there's regional conferences, there's going to be provincial conferences. I guess one of the things that the leadership of the ANC will be hoping this system will assist with is to take away any suggestion that people might be using delegates to vote for this or that person, that there might be ghost members, ghost branches.
Yes, I fully agree with you. I think this is, given all the internal problems that the ANC experienced about persons or new branches were formed within a very short period, and then with large numbers of members. The auditing processes in many cases before, like the previous national conference, where they had to audit first the branches, and that will have to be escalated up to the regions and the provinces, and where there were serious challenges, especially at provincial level, for provincial conferences, about the accreditation of members at these conferences. Hopefully for them, with this system, they will be able to deal with all of that and exclude to a large extent the human factor, which can be then used to manipulate the system, the older system, not the new one.
Yeah, the new system, hopefully, as the leadership of the ANC wants, should not be susceptible to manipulation. Very briefly, Prof, as we conclude, how urgent and how critical is it that this system that the ANC has launched and now apparently is having some problems, how urgent and critical is it that it gets fixed properly and actually works well to take away human manipulation?
Well, it's very urgent for the ANC. As I indicated, there's already some of the regional conferences in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal, earlier on the Western Cape, who wanted to implement it, and they experience problems with it. But given the fact that there's this National General Council conference later in the year, and they depend on that in order to send their delegates to that conference, that makes it absolutely important for them to be able to implement it as quickly as possible. And then, as I said, it's now around about a year before next year's local government election, and it will be equally important for the ANC that they have a proper system of identifying who are the real, genuine members, and the process, especially the nomination process, to make that credible for them.
Yeah, to get the right candidates into those local government structures. Thank you very much, Professor Dek Kotze of UNISA, there with some of his views and insights about how important it is for the ANC to make sure that its new online membership system works very well.